Then the only one is the fourth one that will probably change the town council.
Did you see anybody for it, Kevin?
What's that?
Did you see anybody for it?
What do you mean?
I believe you guys are still muted. Or are muted.
Every day.
Oh,
There it is.
Zach?
I do, yes, perfect.
Exhausting.
How do we do it before?
No idea.
So I don't have a lot of printouts either. You didn't make a lot of.
I did not make a lot of copies.
I was,
I've
Got the,
yeah, I know. I think I just
This is
did,
a new world.
when we're half in and half, I was literally at work today going half in, half out. Do we need copies? Should I talk to Steve?
Well, we can make them if anybody wants them. So that's fine.
No, I'm gonna have them.
Not a lot.
Certainly do that.
Not a lot here. Other than the reserve fund. Hey there.
Hey, how are you? Nice to see you.
We
Sit
gotta
anywhere.
get a copy.
Kevin's here, I think.
Books.
So Joe Bertrand is, you
Annual question. That's Tommy Mullen's books. I want to see them.
gotta go to the library and see them. They all become ours. Well, you know what? There are some here. You can see our books here that we got.
Those are yours.
Those are the towns. They're not mine. They're not mine.
Your law library?
I do have, that's more for the
public?
West Law and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, more than that.
I haven't used the statute book in a long
Yeah.
time. It's all West.
I do actually use them every occasionally.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Because I'm old and I have to feel the.
Understood.
We'll give it another minute, but we do have 8 people, so.
All right.
Give it a couple of minutes just in case. I know we got a doorman down there. Guys,
Hey, Dan, Billy. Geez, all you guys need is a little. You're in Kevin's. Listen, are you replacing Kevin, which is fine?
that's all Kevin's.
It's all Kevin's stuff.
Oh, Kevin,
Lie down.
Kevin's downstairs chewing us up.
Oh, actually Doug Butler, I think, was not gonna make it. You just gonna take his chair?
I'm gonna take his chair.
Okay, that's fine. No, I just think that,
Yeah, they're gonna
make sure
cheer.
they can see you on the TV, that's all.
Oh, they don't have to see me. They know who I am.
Yeah, I think actually Doug Butler was a maybe. I'm looking at my list, and then it's
Did
just,
Evan give you any indication?
he's coming,
He's coming, okay.
so. All
One
right,
or the other.
we have enough to,
We certainly do.
again, call the meeting to order then? What do you think? Kevin's gotten the door.
I just saw him downstairs.
Okay.
He's on his way.
He's on.
Give it one, we'll give Kevin that then. Thank you.
Tim, don't you have a gavel?
That's what I was waiting for.
Right, I know, I was gonna hit this, but I figured the guys on the call,
Would not have.
nobody else would hear it.
Joe Bertrand is in the dark. He's like,
He was all lit up just a second ago.
electric bill. They heard your comments.
Puts a sheet over his windows behind him. That's the key. You gotta be in a
Reminds
closet.
me like a detective, doing
Oh,
a
yeah.
grilling of a, potential suspect.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, happy summer. It's gonna be summer this weekend, we think.
Yeah.
So the word is, this cool weather's been,
Delightful.
Yeah, it has been delightful versus what's going on like in Oklahoma, and Missouri, Tennessee.
I gotta just run down to my car.
The Riviera Maya.
Perfect.
Be right back.
Is your car okay?
No, I'll tell you about it. One of my bodily devices is gonna make noise.
As they do.
TMI.
Question, did we get the minutes that we're going to be approving?
The whole packet
It was
would have,
part of that
should have been,
package.
should have been part of the package.
You need a copy?
Just a general.
Copy of
We'll meet on April 14th.
minutes, I think you're looking for.
April 14th.
No, it's also the
Regular minute?
the regular minutes are in
minutes.
that, was in the package as well.
Yep. 2 attachments, I believe.
It's right after the agenda page.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's 7 pages.
Just gotta scroll. That's what I
Yeah.
gotta do.
Yeah.
What's that?
Don't read it out loud.
That's right, those are fabulous socks, I have to tell you.
I don't even remember what I put on this morning.
Thank you.
Tell me, come on.
The pink and blue polka dot.
Right, yes, very festive.
I had a moment, I thought like, this is one of those days I was
What have I
working out.
done?
So I was like, what did I put on? Like, trying to get my kid out the door, just grab something. Like, it's like, they actually are nice. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Rules against that.
There's the
Right.
town.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so.
Son's in daycare now, so it's like
For her, she's the
But-
first steps first,
counting.
before I can do anything.
Right.
You okay?
He's almost 2, so he's a.
My insulin pump is going to expire.
Oh,
Better than the terrible.
sorry.
That's what
But I have.
It doesn't get better after 2. He's like, then there's gonna be terrible 3s. I'm like, oh, no one told us about that.
Like,
Hear yourself, yeah.
teenage years, it's over.
Okay,
Still finishing up.
and then racing up the stairs. All right, very good. We'll call the meeting to order. It is 7:04.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Looking for any public participation?
I don't see any online or here. I will say that Council Chair Butt is on, but she's muted and her camera is off. So if she puts it on, she can join us. We can see her. Gee.
Hey, Steve.
There you are.
I'm here. I might not put my camera on because
Okay.
I'm at the
Great.
library.
Oh, perfect. Well, now I just want to introduce Council Chair Butt. I think this is one of the first times we've had a town council at this meeting, so behave, everybody.
Ed Dabrowski's been.
And Ed's been, so we've been a couple over the last few years, so that's great. And you are the inaugural hybrid meeting. We have
Yes.
3 members of the Finance Committee joining us via the wonders of technology, and the rest are here. So great, and thank you for being a test case.
Thank you all for attending, as usual. Okay, don't have any public participation. So we had two meeting minutes to approve. First meeting minutes was our last full meeting, I believe, April 14th, 2022.
I'll move approval.
Second?
Any discussion about the minutes on April 14th, 2022?
Other than the fact that it's microtype, I'm good.
Well, it was a long meeting. It was a 10:30 adjournment.
The size of this, what
Oh,
font is this?
Yeah,
that,
that,
What is it, a 6 or 4?
we don't want you to see what you're actually voting on.
that's it. Any other comments? Anyone? Okay, entertain a motion. All those in favor of accepting the meeting minutes for the Finance Committee from April 14th, 2022?
Aye.
Bye.
Aye. Anyone opposed?
Yeah, I will note that it's unanimous for the record.
You.
We have people away. Thank you.
Next minutes were IT Subcommittee minutes, excuse me, February 9, 2022. Should have been in the link,
Yep, it is.
except that,
Stefan is here, so we have a quorum.
excellent,
Oh,
perfect.
good.
So I'll entertain a motion.
I move approval.
Thank you. Any second?
That'll be you, Stefan.
Stefan, you seconded that?
Second? Yep.
Okay, any discussion from those on the subcommittee? All those in favor? Both approved. Thank you. Okay, the main reason we are here is reserve fund transfers and thereof. Steve put together a memo that was on the attachment, and as the other items that were on the attachment were really associated with the meeting minutes from last time we were here. So I'll turn it over to Steve maybe to,
Yep, I'll give a brief overview unless, Madam Chair, did you want to say anything to the FinCom before I started? Yes, no? No?
Nope, I'm happy to
Okay.
hear and listen.
Great,
Yep.
thank you. Wanted to give you the opportunity. I think the department heads did a very good job this year. I think the reserve fund transfers are benign for the most part. Kevin will go through them quickly. I would say the only one that maybe needs a little bit of explanation, a little bit out of the ordinary, is the town council one. And the main part of that is the management of the charging stations, the 3 charging stations around town. And that is actually a 3-year contract, which was much cheaper than doing it yearly. So frankly, thought that where we had some room in the FinCom this year, in the Finance Committee budget, it was a good deal. And I will say that of all the departments, I think the Finance Committee will return the highest percentage to the general fund this year. So kudos to you.
Kudos to Kevin.
Not when I get done with it.
No, so, it will be still the highest percentage. So Kevin will go through them if there's any questions, and if it's okay, we could take the vote as a slate.
Take the vote of all of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slate, if that's okay. And there's nothing for police and fire. So,
Correct.
And that's something new.
yes.
That is something.
Well, we used a lot of funds, right?
Yeah, we did a little bit during the town meetings.
Right. Okay,
Kevin,
All set?
thank you.
First item is the Board of Appeals. We're requesting $12,200. The big cost, the overrun there is the cost of advertising. There's a pretty big contract, projects going on, and to advertise those, it's went over budget. We did collect a lot of money the past couple of years, almost $90,000 combined for the 2 years. So it's well over what we've spent for the budget. So that we're looking for the $12,200 for Board of Appeals.
So Kevin, so just so I'm understanding correctly, so that means that the total was 39,000, actually 40,000.
40,000.
Exactly.
It'll turn out to be 40,000.
40,000.
Correct.
Okay.
With the 12,000.
What does it mean for the 23? What did we vote for 23?
I think it was level funded. Because
Here, I think.
the past couple of years, I think we've had extraordinary projects going on in town. So
Until we get to 40B, we're gonna be going up and down, up and down.
We may have to up the level funding come November.
We voted 44.8, it looks like, back at the beginning of the process, unless it changed.
Oh, that's not level funded.
Board of Appeals, sorry, 27.8,
so we level funded.
yeah,
27.8.
we can look at that, and if we have to bring it back in November, we will, but
Yeah, I'd throw it on our agenda for November.
they're getting, not only are there a lot of large projects, but there are actually a lot of individual projects, and there's still a lot of filings, and that's, money comes in, but there's also money going out, so.
Right.
We will take a look at that.
All right,
Next two items, the workers' comp budget, we're looking for $9,800. And the general insurance budget, we're looking for $9,000. I don't know if you guys remember, but John Spinello comes in. When we do that budget, it's his best estimate at that point in time. And it isn't until probably around this time of year before he starts getting concrete numbers. So some years we do have to come back for reserve funds for these two items.
Should we put a load on his best estimate, like 10%? Or just wait till the dust is settled? I think going forward.
I
I mean,
think
has this been consistent, I guess?
it has the past couple of years, but I think he caught up with, especially the workers' comp, that there was a payroll issue that he addressed both last year and this year.
Yeah.
So-
It's not a lot of money, but I'm just thinking, if we put a little load on his best estimate coming a little bit higher, then we're not dealing with a reserve
Well,
fund.
we got hit with the five new firefighters. That wasn't in a norm for him to figure on, and those are high-priced employees.
Yeah.
And the school has been going crazy with the COVID extra people, so
I mean, I'd only do it.
I think it's
like,
probably a level off somewhat for
if,
employees.
like, for the last 5 years, our general insurance and workers' comp, was too low. Maybe we should just have a load. Think about it.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, what is that a percent, though? That's 3%? Do the math.
Yeah, it was 98 on a 420. Yeah, it wasn't a huge percent. Maybe it's a 5% load.
5%,
Yeah.
whatever. I
Yeah.
just threw a number.
Probably
out.
closer to a 5% load.
All right,
Next item is the town council unclassified line item. We have 20,000 requested, but I've gone back to Steve. I'm thinking maybe we should bump this up to 25. We did spend $22,000 on those charging stations, which was something that was unbudgeted and we didn't foresee. And every time this time of year, we do get straggler bills that come in that instead of being shot, I mentioned to Steve, maybe we should bump this up a couple $1,000s or
Move it
up to 25.
And if we don't use it, it just rolls back to the
Yeah, you
general
want to make
fund.
it 25?
Yeah.
Is this charging station going to stay in town council budget or it's going to be moved?
Well, this is for the next 3 years. I think we'll keep it there for now. I might move it to DPW at some point, which is
That's
probably
right.
a better home for it,
I
actually.
didn't know whether we should just put it in DPW now.
Well, it was always charged out to my account now anyway. I paid it out of my account, so,
And it's good for 3 years.
and it's good for a 3-year contract, so. But we should look at, I can envision more of them, actually, as we go forward.
Steve, can you talk a little bit about exactly what this is?
These are, you know, the 3 charging stations in town, electric charging stations? See, you're on Zoom in your home.
There.
I don't know.
So there's one by Vetsfield. There's one at the parking lot downtown, Smith Street parking lot. And there's one at the Civic Center, which is a high-powered one. So I guess that charges quicker.
Right.
And through a pilot program, working with the light department a couple of years ago now, we got the charging stations in for free. But we need to manage them and we need to, we get statistics on them. And then COVID hit, so what does that mean? But we do have them, people use them. You'll note the parking spaces, they're parked out, that you can't park here unless you're charging. Whenever people park there, when they aren't charging, I do get a phone call from counselors, which is kind of funny and interesting. We take care of that. And it's really trying to pilot that out because we are going electric. And right now, that's a service. I think at some point we will start charging people for it.
So you said they were free, but this.
Free to put in.
This is
for
the maintenance, this is for the
Maintenance, management.
energy usage.
No, not so much for the energy usage, for the management of it, for the analytic reports of it, how much.
So
it's charged
some
with-
vendor.
Yeah, exactly.
Software.
Yeah, software, Voltex, I think. is the name of it.
Some vendor management.
Yeah, vendor management. yeah.
Which is.
And it's like $6,000 a year.
Which is really important because you realize that I saw this article where the Mass Department of Transportation was not maintaining their chargers out on the Mass Pike.
Yeah.
And has been bad for like 2 years or 3 years or something like that. So, yeah, you gotta maintain these
Yeah.
things.
If you run out, that's a problem. They're
That's
not
a real
working
problem.
right.
And Steve, who does, it just makes me curious, who does physical maintenance on them?
I think we would go back to Voltrex with them, but we've used the light department in the past.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
They partnered great putting it in.
I remember, do people charge? Do
Yeah.
towns charge?
Yeah, I'll get the analytics for you. We get analytics on it too, yeah.
No, but you're saying, I think you said in the future, maybe charge a fee for people
Yeah.
charging?
Oh, yeah.
We do charge a small fee.
A small fee.
A small.
So somebody's gonna put a credit card in like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, we're not Shaws. We don't get it for free.
Yeah, no. Well,
For their statistics,
Yeah.
they got to know.
I don't think they're charging people at Whole Foods and stuff for their
Right.
charges probably, right? They're.
Right, but they are on the Mass Pike.
It's passed on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, they do, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they call it, whole food.
But it's a good program and I'll get you the analytics
Yeah,
on it too.
interesting.
Yeah.
So our light department's picking up the tab for electricity then?
I think we're paying them, but they, whatever.
Yeah, and-
In the
Coming in.
streetlight budget.
So it's, yeah, so it's part of our bill.
Part of our bill, but that hasn't gone up in a long time.
Okay, but it's still part of our bill.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right.
But it's a good program, and I hope that we see more of them as society changes and these are more prevalent, so. It's pretty
Well,
cool.
when the-
And hopefully people charge
When they're in the
and
town
and go
bar,
downtown.
when they're in the town, Boudiette lot, then we'll know life is really changing.
Exactly.
All right?
All set?
Are we gonna vote to change it to 20 to 25? Do you need a vote now on that, or?
I think you can do when you
at
do the
end?
slate. Do it at the end.
Do it at the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Next item is a reserve fund for legal for $7,000, and that's broken down. $3,000 for the legal library, the updates, and $4,000 for the legal damages, which is basically potholes claims against the town.
So how is it that we're under budget by 3,000? We don't have a contract with Westlaw?
No,
The books.
we get charged per release. So there is no, they do releases sporadically.
Ad hoc.
Yeah.
But we didn't see this coming out, so
No.
I get it. Okay.
I imagine there'll be a bunch more
They
for
send
the,
updates.
for the Supreme Court cases
Oh,
now.
God, don't start me on that.
And the damages, do we pay those out direct or is that like
Yeah.
a deductible? on
No, that,
insurance?
these are direct.
Okay.
These are our costs. Yeah.
Well, tripping,
Small trip,
Right.
small puck tires and things like that.
You can do that? You can just ask the
If-
town or
Well, it depends. If we're at fault,
how would we be at?
a road defect that was reported that we didn't handle in timely manner, town tree maybe fell down and damaged your fence, maybe a snowplow drivers hit your fence and it wasn't worth running through insurance, things like that. Knocked over your mailbox.
A big deductible like that.
Yeah, there's no sense.
trip on a
running
sidewalk
against
crack
the
that you
deductible.
really don't
You
get,
pay
you
anyway.
get scraped, but you don't go to.
Yeah.
A lot of it is tire damages too. And I will tell you, 9 times out of 10, we deny them. Maybe more than 9 times, because didn't you see the big orange paint around the manhole cover while we're doing the road? Didn't you see the cones? No. I had one person try to claim because they hit the crosswalk. They have those, slow down things or pedestrian crosswalk in the middle of the road. Hit it, hit it and wanted to know if we were going to pay for that. I said, no. No. Yeah,
Should them pay for their damage.
for the damage of that, yeah.
Thank you.
Next item is the Reserve Fund for Conservation Commission, $4,000. There are 2 part-time employees in the Conservation Commission. And they've been just swamped, probably the last 6 months. So they have been working some additional hours. So we're looking to request $4,000 for salaries.
I may look at that in the fall too. Possibly if that continues.
Yeah, the more and more we have are in the worst areas in town
Yeah.
now that we're getting the building
Are they
permit.
swamped with the requests that we voted down at town meeting?
Oh, no, not that request, no.
Wasn't,
No. They would have got that either way. It was the building department that wanted to get out of there, no.
Correct.
No, but there's a lot of buildings that are going on and they're encroaching on the wetlands, so there's more time going over plans, there's more engineering work to look at, there's more site work. At the end of the day, we make out because there's more taxes on a financial section, but that's where we are.
Those employees still part-time, they're
Part-time.
Still part-time.
under 30, non-benefit types.
Under 19.
19?
19, non-benefit, yeah.
Okay. Thanks. I'm good.
Next one is Veterans Benefit Salary Line Item, $1,000. I missed the step raise or step increase in the budget when we did the fiscal '22 budget. So that's to correct that issue.
Kevin, how many mistakes do you usually make each year? It's like 1, right?
In a $110 million budget, that was $1,000.
It's mid-June, it's his first mistake all year. Just ask his significant other.
See that head is growing over there? Can you see?
I do recall a police budget that was off, what, 5?
Oh, stop.
Oh, stop. We all missed that, including you.
Thank you. Thank you, next.
Yeah.
Next one is a reserve fund for the vocational school. We have an additional student and also transportation for that student, $40,000.
so is that the average cost per student? Or
No.
is it just an incremental amount?
The average cost of vocational, this was done at Minuteman, I think it was like $24,000. And then the balance would be for transportation.
Yeah, in Lexington. That's the
The
problem.
transportation is
Yeah, if it goes-
outrageous.
if it goes out of town,
Yeah.
you get really zonked.
Yeah, if it's local, was it 15,000 for the Northeast vote?
Probably about 18.
Is it
Probably close to
18?
18.
Yeah, much more reasonable.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next.
And the last item is a reserve fund for the Medicare budget, $20,000. Probably won't need the full 20, but be on the safe side requesting that. should have several $1,000s left if everything works out, but
And we also.
better be
Safer
a
than
little
sorry.
bit more than short.
And we've moved that to later in the budget cycle in our approvals, so we have all the payrolls in, so hopefully we won't be back on one of these.
The Medicare and the
Medicare.
insurance, yeah.
Yeah, we moved that to later in the cycle, so.
So altogether, with the change to the town council unclassified from 20 to 25, the total request is $128,000.
So move.
Second.
So motion before you then, any discussion on the list of the reserve fund transfers, including the change for town council from 20,000 to 25,000?
Mr. Chairman, where this is an important type of vote and we have people on, do a roll call, please.
Yes. Very good. Any discussion? Additional discussion? Okay. All right, so the motion before you then is for the reserve fund transfer for the year end 2022 and the total sum amount of $128,000. And we will take a roll call vote for all those here. Joe Bertrand?
Aye.
Bill Boudry?
Aye.
Stefan Chase?
Aye.
Brian Cusack?
Aye.
Amy Forsyth?
Aye.
Dennis Hogan?
Yes.
Terry Howell?
Aye.
Don?
Aye.
Renault? Dan Sherman?
Aye.
Zach?
Aye.
Jim Sullivan is a yes. Unanimous, all those present. Okay. That is the bulk of why we're here. End of year looks relatively good, 128,000 in reserve transfers.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
See, I was going to ask, how we do, a couple of things back in my mind in terms of committee comment
Yep.
in the forecast. So, well, one concern I have is inflation and what that's going to do to our 23 budget. I don't know if Kevin's, if you put any thought into it. For example, I think about the DPW fuel, right? Gas, diesel.
Yep.
And I kind of believe fuel oil for heating is going through the roofs. I'm thinking about the buildings, the schools, library, et cetera. So have you looked at what the impact might be for 23 at this point, or
Not for 23 at this point, still closing out.
still trying to deal with 22? So on 22, one question, how we doing with, free cash? Still doing well, like local receipts?
Right now, our balance in free cash is $4,560,000. When we close out this fiscal year, we will close out revisions from the budget. I'm hoping over $1 million. And I'm hoping for the same for receipts. So we're probably looking at probably 6.5.
6.5 when we're done.
Yeah.
Okay. A little lower than normal. It's gonna go higher. Got dinner on this one?
Well, Kevin's not depositing any more receipts now, so that's what he's doing.
So the other thing I was thinking about is getting back to the veterans budget in terms of what we paid out to beneficiaries. Something that we thought the budget was way too high for 23.
Yep.
22, if I remember right, we'd only spent about $30,000 through January. And I'm just wondering, where do we stand on the veterans in terms of payouts for 22?
Yeah, so those are some of the items we could get at close, try to look at the budgets.
Yeah. Right now, I'm looking at approximately $60,000.
60,
Yeah.
with a budget of 170.
Correct.
I told you I'm bringing it in next year,
I
Laura.
know.
But there is a COLA for next year, but still.
Nice try, Kevin.
Remember that to be.
They better
So-
do more in marketing for their extra $1,000.
So
Comes back to the general fund.
getting back to Dan's question on the fuel costs, because the inflation is somewhat pandemic related, can an argument be made to apply anything like that to the opera funds?
Certainly, we can use the opera funds for any legitimate government expenditure because we received less than $10 million. So we just took it as a general loss of revenue and we could certainly use it for that.
Yeah.
Not only are we concerned about that, we're concerned about, projects going forward, concerned about the cost of materials for the public safety building is probably pretty well all set, although I know Mr. Bertrand's worried over there anyway.
Yes, I am.
But the high school project is going to be a concern as we go forward and bid that out. Although we'll be bidding at we'll have higher costs in there. So I'm also worried about how far do we go in the roads program. If we thought we're going to do these 10 roads, right? Maybe, for the money. Are we going to have to increase that money? Are we going to,
Cut it to 9.
or cut it to 9 roads? So those are issues too, not just the operations. So we're looking at all that stuff.
Kevin, is there anything in our 23 budget besides, fuel for cars, vehicles, trucks, and buildings that is impacted by this high inflation rate we're in right now? I mean, certainly salaries are not because they're all in a contract.
Yep.
Does it change our financing at all? Or is that
Well,
baked in?
but when we go to borrow, we're going to borrow it
The high school costs now are higher.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Borrowing costs.
Everything else is pretty much
But
is
we
locked
don't have
in.
any bonds now that have
Well-
triggers for inflation, do we?
No,
They're all
no.
fixed.
We do have some bands that we need to roll over into bonds, so that's going to be,
Yeah. I'm just worried about my projections.
Okay.
May have to put your load factor in.
Yeah.
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 Hopefully it won't be 10%.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hopefully it won't be high for
Yeah.
eternity either.
Either, that's true.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Could be a one shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other committee comments? You good, Dan?
I just think what else is out there? Oh, new growth. New growth from Victor.
No, we won't have that till August.
End of
August.
August.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, so we can get some of that stuff after you're closed and then have a clean look at it.
Yeah.
And our state income is fixed at this point.
Well, the budget has not been voted on. It's in committee, but it is a little bit, it's the last one that we have will probably be right around there.
Yeah, so no change there.
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
good.
Any other committee comments? All right, the only thing I have is, there are a number of people that are up this year to be decision-making, whether you're returning or not next year. And I'll work with those individually and or the nominating committee as needed. I forget who's on that committee,
Yeah,
but.
who's up?
So it's myself, Joe Bertrand, Brian Cusack, Dan Sherman, and Zach Sletterink, because Zach only had like a year and change. So we'll get through the next few weeks and enjoy some of July, and somebody get an email out reminding you or a touch and base with your intentions. And then we'll work through that. We'll chase the moderator down as needed if we need new bodies, and
There are no vacancies currently. Nobody.
there are no current vacancies, just a typical turnover.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was told by the town manager that I have one more year as the chairperson. I didn't think that was the case.
Might be in perpetuity.
I told them we
All
were,
those that misrepresent that, I'd like to hear from you. All those in favor?
actually what I said is we're stuck with each other for another year. I said.
There's an emoji attached or something like that. But,
Jim, guess what he's going to tell you next year?
yeah. Put that on my refrigerator, that email.
She said, see, it's Steve's fault, not mine, right?
I told you. So, but appreciate everybody's input, everybody, joining and attending and you're volunteering your time and so forth for the better of the town. So
For your work, Mr. Chairman.
thank you all.
Happy to have you chairman again.
You all, and we'll see you sooner than later, but in the fall, if nothing else, and when we get additional information, we'll pass it on.
Yes.
You think we need a gathering, keep each other posted.
Yeah, really, and on behalf of the town employees, Kevin and I in particular, thank you for all of your support and working with us. And I think that this group certainly makes us better at our job and makes the town better. So I do appreciate all your hard work. It's not an easy board to be on. It's a lot of information and we compress it over 4 months. So it's kind of a tough deal. So thank you.
I'll move to adjourn. Motion, second. All those in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Again, thank you all. Happy 4th. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy 4th.
Thank you, guys.
34 minutes.
Okay.
Dan used to do them quicker than 34 minutes.